How can you be so sure of that? Because we'll be here, and here. He pointed his finger to my head first, and then pointed at my chest. So stay strong, promise? For a moment he looked almost sad, pleading. But as quickly as it had come, the expression disappeared from his face, and he was all smiles once again. Promise. Upon hearing that, my grandfather let out a great burst of laughter and stood up. All right then, enough of that. How about I whip us up some special homemade dessert? I know I can't accompany you to the new cafe, but we sure can talk and eat while I cook and do some paperwork. Homemade dessert? I'll race you to the kitchen. Hey, slow down there. I'm not what I used to be. You willed me the very home I love to see you in. Why? Why would you think that I'd be ready to take it, especially after this? A surge of anger bubbled within me, but I quickly swallowed it. There was no use in getting mad, especially when the person in question was no longer there. I'm sorry. It's hard to stay calm when you've left me with so many questions, especially about what happened between you and Dad. What am I doing? Talking to a grave? My vision blurred, and suddenly I realized that I was crying. My face heated up as tears rolled down my cheeks. I'll bring you some flowers later. I miss you, Grandpa. I'll try my best to fulfill my promise I gave you, even if the world might be turned against me. I left the grave, wiping tears hastily, so my parents wouldn't see. Well, it's time to head back home. I'll cook up your favorite lasagna when we get home, okay? Thanks, Mom. However, my dad didn't speak the entire drive home. I wanted to talk to him, but after his moment at the funeral, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. It's about time we took off those dreary black clothes. Gathering my courage, I decided that it was time to talk. Dad, can I ask you something? Go ahead. Why do you want me to move into the estate so soon? I thought I made that rather clear. The college near your grandfather's house is well known for the business program, and you are planning a major in business, yes? Right after you graduate from high school, you'll just live there and can easily commute to your home and school. It's a perfect fit for you. But it's so sudden. You just decided so quickly right after the funeral. Don't be so sensitive. If you're like that in the real world, you'll be crushed. I'm just saying that maybe we could talk a bit more about my future. In reply, my father rubbed his temples and sighed quietly. After you graduate from college, you'll work at Anderson Family Toys. I have connections. Since I am on the board of directors, you'll be guaranteed a spot. And that's what we talked about before, yes? But what if... Stop mumbling. But what if I don't want to work there? Don't be silly. It's the family company. Our company. I'm not just going to hand it over to some incompetent vice chairman. He came closer to me, and his face softened. Look, this is the best for all, okay? You may not know it right now, but you'll appreciate it later. For some reason, when I heard him say that, something snapped in me. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but it made me feel so angry. Do you even care that grandfather passed away? Of course I do. Well, everything seems fine and dandy to you. Things couldn't be better. Excuse me? I don't like your tone, young lady. It's like nothing ever happened at all. Like you just ignored the fact that he's no longer here. Do not raise your voice at me. What did he ever do to you to deserve this? My father, his face hardened, crossed his arms, and erupted in angry laughter. Ha! You sure placed him upon a pedestal like he's some kind of veneered god or something. It makes me sick. Is that it? You're happy seeing grandfather dead? While everyone else was grieving, you were holding yourself back from laughing in everyone's faces? Did you just feel a bit happier seeing him lie in the graveyard? A flash of rage crossed his face, and he whipped the back of his hand across my cheek. You don't know anything, running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on when you're just a little girl that doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut. You did not know my father. You did not know what he was capable of. Is everything all right? What happened? Nothing. I'm not hungry. I think I'll go upstairs. Honey, wait.